at Pocono International Raceway in the Champions Spark Plug 500, still being led by Kyle Petty. There's Davey Allison running in second position. Kenny Schrader is third, Harry Gant fourth, and Jimmy Spencer is now running in fifth spot.
For a while, it appeared as if Schrader was closing in on Allison. And in fact, Allison might be closing in a little bit on Kyle now, but I don't think Schrader is gaining that much now. In fact, Harry Gant might be gaining on him.
Schrader, that's right. Kyle Petty continues his, I think, the motorcycle every race he goes to.
Right.
Where he left Charlotte, went to Dover on his Harley, rode it up to New York, on into the Maine, over to Loudon, New Hampshire, and down here to Pocono. But I will report they're going to load it on the truck and haul it back to Charlotte.
Here's Jimmy Hensley inside of Sterling Marlin, and Lake Speed is going to come with him.
Go in the tunnel corner, and Sterling has no choice but to back up and let these guys go.
You know, this race has been decided on several occasions about in regards to fuel.
It seems like every time we come here that someone stretches the fuel mileage and gets an advantage, like Harry Gant won the race here once. You see Rick Mass going by Sterling Marlin. Here comes Rudd. So Sterling Marlin's car lost the handle.
Yep.
Losing the handle here the last lap.
Sure has. He is losing positions.
Yeah, he was up there in third place and now just dropping on back.
Well, speaking of gas, Jerry Punch is down on pit road with the gas man. Is that who I think it is?
You're exactly right, Bob. The 1983 winner of the Indianapolis 500. His nickname is the Gas Man, Tom Stephen. Tom, welcome to Pocono. You're here as the Grand Marshal for Champion Spark Plug.
Yeah, we are. You know, we raced here quite a few times, won a couple races, but it's always good to get back to the Poconos, especially to see the stock car boys who put on such a great show.
And you love race cars. You're also a pretty good golfer, and I'm told you have a very special golf cart back in Phoenix.
Well, we actually do have the world's fastest golf cart. It's been clocked at a little over 100 miles an hour. I think it'll go faster, but I got to find somebody braver than me to drive this sort of thing.
What do you do with a 100-mile-per-hour golf cart? Get up in a hurry?
Sell a lot of green fees at a golf course. No, we just have it for PR. It's been a fun little program. I thought if I'm going to have a golf course, I better have the world's fastest golf cart, so we do.
So you run a golf course. Any thoughts about getting back in a car, getting back in an Indy car, or even a stock car?
Yeah, we haven't given it up. That's but you have to be in the right situation. It's got to be equipment to be competitive. Superman died a long time ago. You can't carry these things. So if I could find the right deal, we'd love to do it.
Tom, thanks for taking time to join us.
You bet you do. Glad to be here.
Tom Stephen, 1983 winner of the Indianapolis 500 and Grand Marshal for today's Champion Spark Plug 500. Let's go up pit road to John Kernan.
Thank you, Jerry. Sterling Marlin's had one of his strongest runs all year long today, but you've been seeing him fall back and back and back. The problem is the set of tires. He had radioed back and told Ken Wilson that this has got to be the worst set of tires they've had on all day. The car just does not want to run on this particular set of tires. And Lake Speed slowing down and coming down pit road. Lake Speed, who's had a pretty decent run the last few weeks, just circumstances have caused him problems. He is on pit road. We're assuming this is for scheduled maintenance as he will pull to a stop. No, it's not. The hood is going to come up. He came in awfully slowly. He may not have been under power, and the crew will go to work to look and see if they can fix the problem.
Yeah, he went into turn 3, John, and all of a sudden just slowed down. He had just passed Sterling Marlin and Jimmy Hensley and was moving up into standings, but apparently he's going to be out of it.
Yeah, it sure does, Dad. They took a look under the hood. They have put the hood back down, and it looks like they are beginning to push Lake Speed to the garage area. You know, those guys have had some great runs the last few weeks. Charlotte, Dover, they had a great run going today. And it's not from a lack of work. In talking with Lakewood, he says they've just gotten a hold of some parts that just have not stayed together. It's just one of those things. You just have to work through it. But with the way they've run, the way they've qualified, he says it's a really big boost to the team. And what the problem is, the engine just simply locked up on Lake. That, as he said, as he went into turn 3, it just slowed suddenly. So Lake Speed is headed for the garage area.
Lake had qualified for 11th starting position and was in the top 10 when the problem developed. Now, your Fran Field summary here will probably show him up in the top 10, but he has dropped out of competition. The interval between first and second staying pretty much the same. Kyle maintaining the advantage over Davey Allison. They passed Jeff Gordon out there in the tunnel turn. Jeff is back after his early race crash.
Martin had an engine problem. Darrell Walter, same for him.
Brett Ledine, Dallenbach had engine problems. A lot of engine problems here today. You know, Dale Earnhardt mentioned that in the interview that Jerry Punch did with Sports Center. One problem that they have here is engines, and Benny pointed out a couple of times, revving them up the way they do here, and that takes its toll on engines.
The straightaway here, the main straightaway at Pocono, is without question the longest straightaway in all of Winston Cup racing, and the engines are asked to do more here than at any other racetrack.
More than they can do sometimes.
Yeah.
Kyle Petty driving away.
But look at Harry Gant, just inched up on Ken Schrader and about to make the pass. This will be for third.
At the start-finish line, Gant has his nose ahead of Schrader and does take third going into turn one.
And that was easy, wasn't it?
Sure was.
When you get the momentum, get a good run coming off the three, it makes it look like you got a lot of horsepower going down this front straightaway. And Gant had a good run coming off that turn and just motored right on back.
You know, Harry Gant hasn't had a very good year either this year, but you knew that sometime Harry Gant, Leo Jackson, and that crew would get the cars running. Both those guys just simply have too much pride to run the way they've been running this year so far.
He did have his best finish at Dover last weekend at 7th.
And his car was good at Dover. He got involved in a crash early on and ruined the aerodynamics of his car, but he had a pretty good race car. Today, he's got a good race car today.
He's doing a good job driving.
And has won twice here at Pocono. This race in 90 and the July race in 84. There once again is the leader, Kyle Petty. Second place, Davey Allison. Third place, Gant. Fourth place, Ken Schrader.
Schrader keeps hanging on top 5. He's had, I think, 2/4 of the 5th the last 3 races.
Then there's Ted Musgrave in the 55 car. He's 14th, the first car not on the lead lap.
But his car is running well. I don't know how he got that lap down. He might have had a flat or something.
He did indeed. Yes.
That's right. I think he did have a flat. Lost a lap. And see, Spencer, he had some strength early, but he's faded here in the last 50, 60 laps.
Boy, Harry Gant is moving in on Davey Allison. See how close he's moved in?
He is, yeah.
And Davey is losing ground to Kyle.
So it looks like that Harry Gant and Kyle Petty might have the class of the field right now. Never see Spencer.
Spencer and Morgan Shepherd. Spencer from just west of here in Berwick, Pennsylvania.
No, it's Berwick.
Morgan Shepherd has had a good day.
Yeah, he's trying to take over 5th position right now. He has run good. We mentioned earlier that in the first part of the race, he had some handling problems, but the Wood brothers have worked on that and continued to improve the Citgo Ford, so now he's in the top 5.
The Wood brothers have not won here at Pocono since 1980 when Neil Bonnet took the checkered flag of this race. They've also won here with David Pearson in 1975. Driver snapshot, Morgan started 25th, currently 5th. His highest was 2nd on lap 60, and his lowest was at the start of the race on lap number 25. Morgan has not led a lap so far today.
See Spencer right behind Morgan Shepherd. I corrected you on the pronunciation. It's B-E-R-W-I-C-K, but
we would pronounce it that way, but not the natives. Huh?
They do not put a W in there. They kind of do it the mountain way that's kind of lazy. Very.
There's Rick Mast.
Another car's a lap down, but running well.
Yep, he's 15.
Rick had a good solid run at Dover last week. Finished in 6th. The lead lap.
Look at his snapshot. Started 13th. Currently 15th, but he has been as high as 11th and as low as 24th. John Kernan has more on Rick Mast.
Yeah, Rick Mast, my homeboy, my buddy from back where he lives near Roanoke, Virginia. So got to get a little plug in for him. And talking to him this morning, he told me, he said, man, I'm going to run terrible. Then we